So your brain has a story about who you are, and right now that story might be making decisions before you even get a vote. Most of what your brain tells you aren't facts, they're conclusions it locked in years ago based on old information and old evidence. It built a model of who you are and it runs everything through that filter. And that's why stress hits as hard as it does, because you're not just feeling the pressure of what happened, you're feeling all the baggage your brain drags into it, running everything through a story it already decided was true. But you can't eliminate stress. However, what you can do is rewire how your brain responds to it. And that's what we're going to talk about. For those who don't know me, I'm Steve, and after chronic depression derailed my life, I spent 2 decades testing every tool I could find to rebuild from the ground up. What worked for me I kept, and what didn't I tossed, and now I'm here to share it all with you. Here are 3 habits that take less than 5 minutes combined that rewire how your nervous system handles pressure. Whenever you're stressed, ask yourself one question. What's the challenge I'm choosing here? Not the challenge life handed you, the one you're picking from the options in front of you, because life is challenging no matter what. You can choose the challenge of staying in shape or the challenge of declining health, difficult conversations or slowly dying relationships, building something meaningful or sitting with regret while you build someone else's dream. The struggle is baked in. The only variable is whether you're choosing it or it's choosing you. And that difference matters more than people realize. When stress happens to you, your brain reads it as a threat. Cortisol spikes, your nervous system locks up, and you feel helpless. But when you choose your stress, your brain sees it differently. It becomes a challenge to overcome, something you're moving toward instead of running from. That one shift from feeling like a victim to feeling like you're in control changes absolutely everything. A 2021 study out of the University of Maryland used fMRI brain scans to show that people who had control over a stressor showed significantly less activity in the anxiety and fear processing regions of their brain compared to people who faced the exact same stressor with no control at all. Same stress, completely different brain response. The only variable was choice. So what does that look like in real life? Start with one question. What's one thing you're done accepting as normal? Constant arguments with your wife and kids, always feeling stretched thin, dragging yourself through every day feeling like garbage? Pick one and write it down. Then ask yourself, what does the opposite of that look like? If you're always feeling stretched thin, for example, there are a few places you could start. Say no to things that aren't your priority. Stop doing stuff out of guilt. Hand off tasks you don't need to handle yourself. You don't need a complicated plan. You need a starting point. So just pick one and go. The specific thing doesn't even matter. What matters is that you picked it. And then at the end of the week, check in with yourself. Did you do it? If yes, awesome. Keep stacking that proof that you're capable of more than you used to believe. If no, walk out in the way. What can you adjust next week? If you want some help with this, we have a free community of guys doing the exact same thing. So come over and join us and work through whatever's in your way. Links in the description if you want to check that out. Think of it like the scene in The Matrix where Morpheus offers Neo the 2 pills, right? Life is going to be challenging either way. That's already decided. The question is whether you choose your challenge or let someone else choose it for you. Start small. Pick something that makes you go, ugh, I don't want to, but I could.
In the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option. I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
The goal isn't to intimidate yourself, it's to nudge yourself forward. And then over time, what's hard starts feeling normal. Things that used to feel impossible start feeling manageable. Not because life got easier, but because you got better at choosing your battles. At the end of your normal shower, turn the water as cold as it goes, take a breath, count down from 5, and step into it for 30 seconds. That's it. This probably goes without saying, but if you have a heart condition or any medical concerns, talk to your doctor first, please, before considering doing this. Because here's what's happening during that 30 seconds. Your body releases a massive surge of norepinephrine and dopamine into the brain. These are chemicals that sharpen focus, boost mood, increase stress tolerance, and keep your motivation running for hours afterwards. And not by a little. Research shows that cold exposure can spike these levels significantly from just a 30-second burst. But the brain chemistry boost isn't even the main reason to do this, that's just a bonus. Most of what stresses you out, traffic, your boss, the economy, other people, is stuff you can't control. When you can't control the source of your stress, your brain starts to feel helpless. And helplessness is one of the most destructive states a person can be in. When you voluntarily step into cold water, something shifts in your brain. You're no longer reacting to something happening to you. You're choosing something hard on purpose, and your nervous system registers that difference. You're sending your brain a message that says, I choose hard things because I can handle hard things. And that's the antidote to helplessness. The first 10 seconds, your brain is going to be screaming at you. Your chest tightens. Every instinct is telling you to get out. That's normal. Don't fight it, just breathe slow and deep. In through your nose, out through your mouth. By 15 seconds, the panic starts to fade. And at 30 seconds, you're done.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It's like pushing a stalled car. For the first few inches, it's brutal. You're fighting dead weight. Everything in you says it's impossible. But once it starts rolling, that's when momentum takes over, and your brain starts believing it can handle more than it thought. That's what 30 seconds of cold water does to a brain that's forgotten what it's capable of. So start tomorrow, not when you feel ready, because you won't. Some days you'll crush it, some days you'll barely hit 20 seconds. It doesn't matter, you're still moving forward. The only way to lose is to quit. Mark my words, give it 7 days and you'll see exactly why this works. Once a day, do one small thing that makes you feel uncomfortable. Not dangerous, not life-altering, just different. Your brain loves patterns. Patterns are efficient, they save energy, they keep you safe, but they can also trap you. When you do the same things every day, same routes to work, same lunch spots, same routines, your brain gets lazy. It stops adapting as much. And when that happens, your stress tolerance drops. Your ability to handle anything new or unexpected shrinks. Micro discomfort is the fix for this. Every time you voluntarily step outside of your comfort zone, you're telling your brain you can handle change and uncertainty. Neurologically, this fires up your anterior mid-cingulate cortex, the part of your brain responsible for adapting to new situations. And like anything, the more you use it, the better it gets at its job. Some simple examples you can try tomorrow are taking a different route to work, talk to a stranger, do one task with your non-dominant hand, say yes to a fun activity you'd normally skip. None of these are earth-shattering, and that's kind of the point. Your brain doesn't need a complete overhaul, it just needs constant nudges in the right direction. A car that sits in the driveway too long starts to break down. Battery dies, tires go flat, seals dry out. It looks fine from the outside, but the moment you actually need it, that's when it lets you down. Cars are built to be driven, so are you. Micro discomfort is taking your brain out for a drive. Nothing crazy, just enough to keep everything working the way that it's supposed to, so that when life throws curveballs at you, and it will, you're ready to act. Again, pick one small thing to do differently. Just one. Tomorrow, pick another. Don't overthink it. This doesn't have to be hard. You're practicing how to adapt. And over time, these small decisions compound. Your comfort zone stretches. Things that used to bug you barely register anymore because you trained your nervous system how to handle change. 3 habits. Choose your challenge, cold showers, micro discomfort. Individually, each one does something meaningful, but stacked together, they create a powerful feedback loop. The cold shower proves that you can do something hard first thing in the morning. That proof makes it easier to choose your challenges throughout the day. Choosing your challenges builds confidence in your abilities. That confidence makes micro discomfort easier to act on, and together, they all train your nervous system to stay calm under pressure. Everything else gets easier after that. Now I know what some of you are thinking.
Steve, I don't have time.
Cold shower, 30 seconds. Choosing your challenges, 2 minutes to write it down. Micro discomfort, it's already baked into your day if you're paying attention. That's less than 5 minutes total. You spend more time than that deciding what to watch on Netflix. The issue isn't time, it's priority. And when you get buried, I get it, everything feels urgent. But if you don't invest in yourself now, it will cost you a lot more later.
What if I miss a day?
Then you missed a day. No big deal. You gained information. Ask yourself what got in the way and adjust tomorrow. You either win or you learn, as I said.
I've tried stuff like this before and it didn't work.
Good. Now you know what doesn't work. These aren't magic pills, they're tools. And tools only work if you use them consistently. Most people watching this will nod along and do nothing. They'll wait for the right time, for life to calm down, for motivation to show up on its own. And while they're waiting, nothing changes. The same loop, just different day. Pick one of these habits and start tomorrow. Not next week, not after you get organized, tomorrow. Do it for 7 days. Notice what changes, not just in the outside, but internally. How do you feel? How are you handling stress now when it shows up? You don't need to believe you can revamp your whole life right now. You just need to start stacking proof to show you that you can start changing things. And that proof is built one small win at a time. Your life isn't set in stone. Your brain's running outdated software telling you that it is. These 3 habits are that update. Start tomorrow because your future self is depending on you. After you do, drop a comment and tell me which one you're starting with. Cold showers, choosing your challenge, or micro discomfort. And if you've already been doing one of these, tell me, what did it do for you? The good, the bad, all of it. I'm genuinely curious. Don't miss next week's video where we continue exploring ways to get yourself on a path your future self will thank you for. If you enjoyed this video and want more like it, leave a comment letting me know what topics you'd like me to cover next. And remember, you can join our free community of guys that are actively improving their lives using the link in the description. Or simply like and subscribe to keep up to date with new videos as they release. Until next time, keep moving forward.